out of Red Bull following a string of controversial decisions, including the much-debated dismissal of Daniel Ricciardo. Marko's recent strategies have drawn significant criticism within the team, with insiders suggesting his departure marks a shift in Red Bull's leadership approach to regain stability and trust. Meanwhile, Ferrari has sent shockwaves through the paddock by revealing the details of their blockbuster deal with Lewis Hamilton. The contract reportedly spans over 3 years, solidifying Hamilton's role as a central figure in Ferrari's long-term championship plans. Speculation is rife that the agreement includes unparalleled financial terms and promises of a car capable of dethroning Max Verstappen. Let's discuss, and stay tuned until the end. Helmut Marko, Red Bull Racing's controversial motorsport advisor, has once again stirred the Formula One world with a startling confession. Speaking candidly about the pivotal decision to sideline Daniel Ricciardo in favor of a young Max Verstappen, Marko revealed he has no regrets even though the Australian could have potentially claimed a world championship title had he remained Red Bull's primary focus during 2016 and 2017. Max Verstappen's meteoric rise began in spectacular fashion at the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. At just 18 years old, he clinched victory in his debut race with Red Bull Racing, becoming the youngest ever Grand Prix winner. That triumph immediately cemented Verstappen as the team's crown jewel, leaving Ricciardo, a proven race winner, to play second fiddle. When Sebastian Vettel left us at the end of 2014, we had to find a new young talent, someone with the same potential and charisma. We chose Max, and honestly, I think he's in a league of his own. Compared to the competition, and even Vettel in his prime, Verstappen operates on an entirely different level. Marko's unwavering belief in Verstappen's potential led to a bold decision, prioritizing the Dutch prodigy over Ricciardo, even though the latter had been the team's standout performer following Vettel's departure. Marko acknowledged that his decision to back Verstappen came at a cost, admitting, "Maybe, if I had bet more on Ricciardo at the time by delaying Verstappen's promotion, Daniel might have won a title. But I did things differently, and I don't regret it at all. I'm happy I lost the gamble on Ricciardo and won the gamble on Verstappen." For Ricciardo, this admission might sting. The Australian driver delivered consistently during his Red Bull years, claiming 7 wins and to third-place finishes in the Drivers' Championship. Many viewed him as a future world champion, particularly during the transitional 2016-2017 seasons. However, Verstappen's prodigious talent, combined with his aggressive racing style and relentless hunger for success, proved too compelling for Marko and Red Bull's management to ignore. Since that fateful decision, Verstappen has become the face of Red Bull Racing's dominance in Formula One, with 3 drivers' championships under his belt and countless records shattered. Verstappen is well on his way to challenging the sport's all-time greats, including Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. Meanwhile, Ricciardo's career has been a roller coaster. After leaving Red Bull at the end of 2018 in search of greener pastures, he endured challenging stints at Renault and McLaren, where he struggled to match the performance of younger teammates like Lando Norris. His final days on the grid with Red Bull's sister team, AlphaTauri, were equally unremarkable, culminating in his replacement by rising star Liam Lawson before the end of last season. Marko's remarks underscored the brutal reality of Formula One, where split-second decisions and high-stakes gambles shape careers and determine legacies. A lot changed during that time, Marko reflected. We decided to fully commit to Verstappen, and the results speak for themselves. While Ricciardo may wonder what might have been, Verstappen's ascent is undeniable. In hindsight, Marko's gamble has not only paid off, but also transformed Red Bull Racing into one of the most dominant forces in modern Formula One history. Meanwhile, as Red Bull Racing continues to dominate the Formula One grid, internal tensions are threatening to disrupt the team's seemingly invincible foundation. The latest controversy centers around Helmut Marko, the outspoken and often polarizing advisor to the Milton Keynes-based team. Despite Red Bull's unprecedented success, including Max Verstappen securing his 4th consecutive World Drivers' Championship in 2024, Marko finds himself at the heart of swirling rumors suggesting he may soon be forced out of Red Bull's inner circle. The 2024 season began under a cloud of uncertainty. Red Bull faced unprecedented internal challenges following the death of its founder, Dietrich Mateschitz, in late 2022. This seismic shift in leadership set the stage for a turbulent period. Team principal Christian Horner faced allegations of misconduct from a former employee just as the season was kicking off. Though Horner was ultimately cleared, the controversy cast a shadow over the team, igniting speculation about internal power struggles. This ripple effect soon engulfed other senior figures, including legendary designer Adrian Newey and Helmut Marko himself. Newey reportedly considered stepping away from his role, citing tension within the team and the loss of Matejic's unifying presence. Meanwhile, Marko became embroiled in an investigation over alleged leaks, which further destabilized Red Bull's management. Adding fuel to the fire was the revelation of a key clause in Max Verstappen's contract. Reports indicated that Verstappen, the team's star driver and the linchpin of their success, could leave Red Bull should Marko be ousted. This bombshell revelation raised eyebrows across the paddock and suggested that Marko's future might hinge on Verstappen's loyalty. The Dutch driver wasted no time in making his position clear. During the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Verstappen publicly stated that Red Bull Racing would have no future for him without Helmut Marko. Max's words were very important, Marko acknowledged in an interview with media. He's one of the greatest athletes in the world, incredibly successful, yet he remains loyal and principled. That hasn't changed since he was a teenager. Marko added, "Did Max save me? Well, there were other factors at play, but his support was certainly a key piece of the puzzle." While Verstappen's loyalty provided critical backing, it wasn't the sole reason for Marko's survival at Red Bull. The team reportedly renegotiated Marko's contract earlier this year, removing the controversial clause that tied Verstappen's commitment to Marko's presence. According to media, Marko agreed to the changes in the interest of stabilizing the team's future. This adjustment was necessary to lay a foundation for a successful company in the years to come. Marko's tenure at Red Bull has been defined by bold decisions and unwavering confidence in his chosen drivers, most notably his gamble on Max Verstappen. However, his unapologetically blunt style has made him a divisive figure, both within and outside the team. Rumors about Marko's imminent departure continue to swirl, with speculation that internal factions are pushing for a reshuffle in Red Bull's senior leadership. Yet, with Verstappen firmly backing him and Red Bull's dominance on the track showing no signs of waning, Marko's position, for now, appears secure. Meanwhile, in a move that has sent shockwaves through the Formula One world, Scuderia Ferrari has reportedly secured the services of seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton in a landmark deal. The partnership, set to commence in 2025, has not only ignited excitement among the tifosi, but also fueled speculation about the staggering financial and contractual terms of the agreement. Hamilton, who will turn 40 before the start of the 2025 season, has reportedly signed a contract with Ferrari spanning more than 3 years. While the exact duration remains undisclosed, insiders suggest that the deal is strategically aligned with Ferrari's long-term ambitions to reclaim championship glory. During an appearance on the media podcast, Formula One journalist Ben Hunt weighed in on the timeline and motivation behind Hamilton's decision. There's the line that he had to make a choice. Where do I have the biggest chance to win the championship in 25, 26, 27? And he said Ferrari. Hunt added, "You could be right, and they're paying him more than Mercedes were. I've seen figures between 50 and 55 million a year, is what's speculated." The financial aspect of Hamilton's Ferrari contract has been the subject of intense speculation. Early reports suggested the total value of the deal could be in the region of $400 million over its duration, making it one of the most lucrative agreements in motorsport history. While this sum is monumental,